The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the metallic container hit the crystalline floor with a heavy thud. Ambassador Jackson Miller stood at the podium, his face carved from stone, while 300 alien representatives stared at the sealed box before them. "Open it," Miller said quietly. High Arbiter Velnon's tentacles quivered. "Ambassador, this is highly irregular. We are in the middle of trade negotiations." "I said open it." The tone made every translator in the room glitch for a microsecond. It wasn't loud. It wasn't aggressive by human standards. But something in that voice made species from across the galaxy instinctively take a step back. Velnon's assistant, a small Quark with 6 eyes, approached the container. The seal hissed open. The room erupted in chaos. Inside, preserved in stasis gel, was the severed head of Security Officer Kratesh, a Vendari enforcer who had been stationed on the human colony world of New Montana. "What is the meaning of this?" Velnon's voice rose 3 octaves. "This is barbarism. This is..." "Justice," Miller interrupted. "That's what you're looking at. Human justice." He pressed a button on his datapad. A hologram flickered to life above the council floor. It showed a busy street in New Montana's capital. Human children, small, fragile by galactic standards, played near a fountain. Then the recording showed Kratesh, towering at nearly 8 feet tall, striking a human child. The little girl, maybe 6 years old, flew backward from the blow. Her name was Emma Thompson. The sound of her skull cracking against the pavement echoed through the chamber. "She asked the officer for directions," Miller said, his voice never rising above conversational level. "Her parents were tourists from Earth. Emma was lost. She was scared. She approached an authority figure for help." The hologram continued. It showed Kratesh walking away while Emma lay motionless, blood pooling beneath her blonde hair. Human civilians rushed to help, screaming for medical assistance. Officer Kratesh claimed Emma invaded her personal space, Miller continued. "She claimed it was self-defense. Your Galactic Enforcement Division cleared her of all charges within 48 hours. Velnon's skin shifted to a defensive purple. The investigation followed proper protocols. The Vendari have different concepts of personal boundaries. It was a tragic misunderstanding. Emma Thompson died 3 days later from brain hemorrhaging," Miller said. "She was 6 years old. She liked strawberry ice cream and wanted to be a veterinarian." The council chamber was deathly quiet now. "We explained to your investigators that humans don't accept misunderstandings when it comes to our children," Miller said. "We told them that on Earth, harming a child is the most severe crime imaginable. We warned them that New Montana operates under human law for human citizens." He gestured to the container. Kratesh was arrested, tried by a jury of her peers, a mixed jury, I should add, humans and aliens both, found guilty of manslaughter, and sentenced to death. The sentence was carried out yesterday at 0600 hours. "You executed a Galactic Enforcement officer." Velnon shrieked. "This is an act of war." Miller's laugh was cold and humorless. "No, Arbiter. War is what you'll get if you try to retaliate. Let me explain something about humans that your xenobiologists seem to have missed in all their studies." He walked down from the podium, approaching the container. Every armed guard in the chamber tensed. "We come from a Class 12 death world. You all know this. You know we're stronger, faster, more durable than 80% of known species. You know we're endurance predators who can track prey for days without stopping. You know our planet tried to kill us in every way imaginable, and we thrived anyway." Miller picked up the container, holding it at eye level. "But what you don't know, what you can't comprehend, is what we become when you threaten our children." He set it down gently. "Humans have started wars that lasted generations over harmed children. We've burned civilizations to ash. We've hunted individuals across continents for decades. We don't forgive. We don't forget. And we sure as hell don't accept different cultural standards as an excuse. Ambassador Trelvik of the consortium stood, her three heads speaking in unison. Ambassador Miller, surely you understand this creates a dangerous precedent. If every species enforces their own laws, then don't station your officers on human worlds, Miller snapped. Don't accept positions of authority over human populations. Don't come to our planets if you can't follow our most basic rule, you don't hurt our kids. He pulled out another data pad. Since this incident, we've received 47 complaints from other species claiming humans are overly protective of their young. That we overreact to perceived threats. That our laws are draconian. Miller's eyes swept the chamber. So let me be absolutely clear. This is your one and only warning. Humanity is done playing nice with species who think they can harm our children and hide behind cultural differences. From this moment forward, any being, alien or human, who deliberately harms a human child on a human-controlled world will face human justice. And human justice, when it comes to our children, is not merciful. He pointed at the container. That head represents our restraint. We had a trial. We followed legal procedures. We gave Kratesh every opportunity to defend herself. The next species that harms our children might not be so lucky. You might get to meet Deathworlders who've stopped pretending to be civilized. Velnon was shaking now. The Council will not stand for these threats. They're not threats, Miller said quietly. They're promises. Emma Thompson's parents asked me to make sure everyone understood. So when you go back to your homeworlds and tell this story, remember, we brought you ahead as a courtesy. We could have brought you a war. He turned and walked toward the exit, his footsteps echoing in the silence. This session is adjourned, he called over his shoulder. The container is yours to keep. Consider it a reminder. The door hissed shut behind him, leaving 300 alien representatives staring at the severed head of someone who had learned too late that humans don't negotiate when it comes to their young. In the following weeks, 17 Galactic enforcement officers requested immediate transfers off human worlds. Not a single one was denied. And across the galaxy, a new saying emerged: never touch a Deathworlder's child. They'll show you exactly why their world tried so hard to kill them, and failed.